Hi, my name's Annabel. I'm just making a little video to chat about how faith and issues of injustice kind of work out in my life. I had a little revelation about this time last year where I'd been desperately trying to find a plastic-free shampoo that my hair would agree with, and it was driving me absolutely nuts that I just couldn't find something that my hair didn't look awful with. And I suddenly thought, this is ridiculous. Now, I'm not knocking plastic-free shampoo. It's a really good, thing to try and do to cut your use of single-use plastic. But I just thought, I'm spending so much time on this and it's driving me crazy. And actually, it's making really minimal difference, my one bottle of shampoo. What can I do that's going to make a bit more difference to the problem of climate change, which I feel as a Christian is something we really cannot ignore, because people right now are suffering because of the impacts of climate change. It's not something that's happening in the future. There are people whose livelihoods are being impacted. There are people who are dying already because of the impacts of climate change. And that's scientifically proven and documented by lots of organisations. And as a Christian, that's something I just feel I can't stand by and watch injustice being done to people. Because of my country's behaviour over many years, because of my personal behaviour. So I went back to something that I used to do quite a lot, but since having 3 children have not really done very much of, which is to try to write letters to people who can actually make a difference. So I started by writing to my MP, and what I did was I went on various websites of organisations like Christian Aid, Tear Fund, Friends of the Earth, and looked at their policies and what they were calling the government to do about climate change. And one of the things that I found on there was that the government had been financing fossil fuel projects abroad to the tune of millions of pounds. And this made me so cross. I thought, right, this is a specific thing that I can ask them to stop doing. So I wrote this letter to my MP. And then the next week we went into lockdown and I thought, I can't send this letter, there's other things going on. So I never sent it. But interestingly, just last week the government announced that they are going to stop financing fossil fuels. Nothing to do with my not sending a letter, but it's good news. Anyway, so that's my plan going forwards, is to start writing letters to my MP, to the Ministry of Environment and other people in the lead up to a big climate conference that's happening next year, asking them to make practical changes to the way that the UK behaves in terms of our emissions. I'm hoping to get a group of people together to do that, so that it's not just me, and so that it feels a bit easier, because it can be quite daunting to do these kinds of things. So if that's something that you like to do, let me know and we'll try and get something off the ground.